In this section of the Independent Living Environment module, we will be discussing independent living communities. These are also known as a retirement community or a senior apartment. These independent living communities are really designed for that active and independent senior who does not require assistance with activities of daily living. These independent communities really allow that individual to enjoy retirement by allowing the community to do the menial tasks in life, like cooking, cleaning, laundry, light housekeeping. But really the beauty of an independent living community is that the small items are taken care of, but you also have your independence and you have a community of neighbors, friends, and staff. If you would like more in-depth information on what it's really like being on the ground floor, please see the interview with Carissa Peach. She is a sales director at a true independent living community. You're able to really get a perspective from an individual that is in one of these communities all the time. But for this section, we're just going to speak in general about independent living communities. Housing options. Independent living communities are going to offer apartment or condo-style units all the way up to cottages or villas. These different types of residences are designed to accommodate really the needs and preferences of an older adult. The living space of the environment are going to vary by size, but they usually have enough room for a couch, a TV, a dining room table, and a couple of chairs. Many may feature amenities such as a kitchen or kitchenette. With these smaller kitchen or kitchenettes, they tend to host a smaller refrigerator or mini fridge, a microwave, and a sink. They do have their own bathroom in unit. The bathrooms are set up for older adults, usually with wider doorways and grab bars throughout. No matter the type of living environment, they are going to be single level. Even though the location may be on the second story or third story of the building, there will be an elevator for ease of access to the unit. The biggest differentiating factor on the different type of unit is going to be the price. So a larger unit in a highly desirable area is going to be more expensive than a smaller unit in a less desirable area. Maintenance-free living. Really, the beauty of living in an independent living community is that maintenance-free living. You're relieved of the burden of home maintenance, such as yard work and home repairs. As these responsibilities are typically managed by the staff or maintenance team, these independent living communities are corporate-owned or managed by a hired management team. But either way, the burden of the chores is placed upon that staff. Knowing this, when you tour an independent living community, make sure you really examine the grounds and the environment. This will be a good indication of how the community is run from the management side. Amenities and services. So this is really what differentiates an independent living community from the other independent living environments, such as a 55 and over community and a senior co-housing living environment. These amenities and services are what make an independent living community so attractive. Most communities have restaurant-style dining for communal meals. These can either be buffet-style or service-seated meals. Either way, this allows residents to come together to share a meal, chat, and get to know one another. Most communities have a fitness center, host exercise classes, and have wellness programs. The social and recreational activities such as different clubs, classes, and outings and events are hosted by an activities director within the community. These social activities really bring residents together to build that sense of community and friendship. Even though all the different residents have their own individual living space, there are common areas within the community for socializing, such as lounges, libraries, game rooms, and outdoor spaces. All these different spaces allow those individual residents to come out and really get to know one another. Different on-site amenities you may find are beauty salons, spas, and barbershops. Different transportation services may include outings for shopping, appointments, and community events. I just want to really highlight that this is one of the main reasons people choose an independent living community over a senior co-housing and a 55 and over community. It's that sense of having everything under one roof, yet having the independence of your own living space. Social and community engagement. This was brought up briefly in the last section, amenities and services. But let's dive a little bit further into social and community engagement. One of the main goals of an independent living community is to foster a vibrant and social engaging environment for its residents. Most communities have an activity director on staff. The job of that activities director is to breed a sense of community, and the best way to do that is to schedule activities, events, and outings. By doing all this, it really helps build friendships and connections within the community. If the community does not have an activities director, there are usually sign-up sheets for the different activities and outings at the front desk or posted in the common areas. Unlike a 55 and over community and a senior co-housing community, the type of activities within this independent living community really set this apart, as there are more residences and tighter quarters within this type of environment. So there tends to be more engagement and a greater chance to build a strong community base.
Safety and security. Communities may feature security measures such as gated entrances, security access systems, and 24-hour staff availability to ensure a secure living environment. Emergency response systems and staff trained in first aid and emergency procedures are also common features. Emergency response systems may look like a button on the wall, a necklace that a patient keeps around their neck, or some type of bracelet. There is also a strong sense of camaraderie within independent living communities. Residents meet friends and fellow residents, and they really look out for each other and ensure each other's safety. If somebody hasn't come out of their room in a while, or a resident has gone missing, other residents notice quickly and alert management staff. In the interview with Carissa Peach, Carissa goes into her firsthand experience with this camaraderie. She explained that this is a valued aspect of independent living communities that really makes residents feel safe and secure.
Resident independence. When we speak about an independent living community, this is really what we talk about. It is truly independent. Residents really have the freedom to manage their own schedules. They have their own living quarters, yet they're able to participate in activities of their choosing and live a self-directed lifestyle tailored to their preferences. Meaning when they get up in the morning, they can get up, get dressed, get ready, go eat breakfast with the community, come back and figure out what they'd like to do that day. Find out what activities are on the table. They're able to leave the community. They don't have to check out or check in. The doors are open. Most communities, they lock the doors at night, but each individual resident has a key fob or a key to let themselves in. Nobody's really looking or managing that specific person like an assisted living community. It is truly independent, but all the small things are pushed upon the staff and the management team so that person can really enjoy retirement. They do have the security of having the neighbors and the staff close by. It gives the residents a real sense of comfort being close to one another and having that community to lean upon. Affordability and flexibility. Independent living communities offer various pricing options and contract structures to accommodate different financial situations. This is a really tricky subject to broach as there's so many different factors involved. Pricing is usually based on size, location, and the special attributes that the unit may have. What I suggest to my clients is that it's the feeling that you get once you enter the community or the unit. It's best to tour multiple communities just to compare, and then also speak with the sales advisor about different specials they may be having at the moment. If you're not too sure where to get started, or if you'd like us to walk you through the process, please check out our one-on-one coaching program. It's a really great program where we help you step by step along the way. Age-in-place services. Some independent living communities offer age-in-place services or have partnerships with nearby assisted living or memory care facilities to add care options as needed. For instance, in the interview with Carissa Peach, her specific community had a third-party caregiving company that handled everything from caregiving to hospice in-house, so they're on the floors taking care of the residents. Other communities may allow you to bring in your own caregiving and or outside services, such as PT, palliative, or hospice care. The majority of the independent living communities would like you to age in place, unless they are associated with an assisted living or memory care facility where they can slide residents over to that different location if need be.
In summary, independent living communities provide a supportive and enriching environment for active seniors who desire a maintenance-free lifestyle, opportunities for social engagement, and a sense of community in their retirement years.